keep working on every part of our game. Right now what we're seeing is that we need to grow sort of our in-game presence to make sure that our maturity, our discipline come out that help lead us to victory. So every aspect of our game needs to get better, but the in-game maturity, the ability to ride those waves and longer and to shorten the negative waves.
Now, we talked a lot about before the season about two classes having to adjust, bring in a lot of new guys, get together chemistry-wise. Guys seem like they're having a blast just out there. How would you assess where that's at and how that's come along this season from a chemistry aspect, working all these guys in?
Well, the chemistry we work at every day is really important. In terms of, do they like each other? Do they trust each other? Yes, absolutely. That is a positive report. The pandemic still continues to play. We've got some guys that didn't play last year that are still adjusting to the intensity and the pace of Division I hockey and practice. So we're having to continue to navigate that. Overall, I think the maturity issue that we talked about, the on-ice maturity, in-game maturity, has been affected by being off for a year. So we're seeing a delayed, even though we've been playing and playing well for a few months now, we're now starting to see some of the effects of the long layoff without practice at an intense level.
I saw John BEATON was named Rookie of the Week. He's been playing well for you guys, especially scoring the 2 goals over the weekend. What does that say about a guy like that, where he wasn't able to play last year, it was his first season, and being able to step in and compete at that right away?
Well, I think it really shows that those guys that were off are getting better fast. But where would they have been had they played last year? That's the question that is so hard to answer. But for John in particular, he works hard all the time. He's got a very even keel, and his highs don't get too high, his lows don't get too low, and he just continues to work at his game. And with his size, his quickness, and his skill, it's not a surprise to me that he's producing more.
Looking at Northeastern this week, they've been good team to see. I think 9-4 win this year. What do you have to prepare with them? What strengths do they have that you got to be ready for?
Well, right now they're defensively very, very good. Their goaltender has terrific numbers. Their team defense numbers are terrific. But their top line, they've got a guy that has got 11 goals in 14 games. Their top line is very important to them. So when you combine a top line, good defense, and good goaltending, they're a tough opponent.
Now we're asking some Thanksgiving-related questions this week, obviously with the big day tomorrow. So this is the hard-hitting stuff. What is your go-to side? Take the turkey out of it, take any of that in it. What's your go-to there?
Cranberry sauce.
You are the second RPI coach who said cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
I'll also say cranberry sauce.
Yeah, I just think the cranberry sauce with the turkey, and I probably put it on mashed potatoes and everything. So cranberry sauce for me.
Okay. And then what are you thinking for this time of year, especially with everything that we've been through over the last couple of years?
Yeah, family, health, and happiness. Pretty simple for me. That as we get up in age, and don't feel that I'm old, but you just start to see how fortunate we are to have health and happiness, and we love doing what we're doing. We love being with the guys and practicing, but we're very fortunate with our family that we have our health and we're happy.
I had a pretty good weekend finally, getting a couple of my first 2 goals, which really kind of helped set me in, kind of relieve the pressure of not getting one in the first 12 games. But my line mates have helped me a lot. Those couple of really good plays by them to kind of set me up, and all I do is kind of shoot where I see the opening, and basically they just went in this weekend.
Now you mentioned that you got your 2 goals after the first 12, but it's obviously been an adjustment this year with having a lot of time off. Do you kind of feel like, as one of those guys who's a sophomore and missed your freshman year, do you feel like at this point you're starting to maybe get your legs underneath you a little bit, get used to the pace? Is that still kind of an adjustment that you're actively making? How has that process been?
Yeah, beginning of the year was kind of tough. We didn't play last year or practice, so kind of the first couple of games, you kind of get back to the rhythm of playing and moving your feet, and you kind of, beginning of the year, I was kind of not making the plays that I usually do. Last year I was kind of rushing the plays, but just getting more comfortable with the puck on my stick, and the last couple of games have been a lot better, and I just feel like myself, and even the team has just playing a lot better. We're finally getting our feet under with not playing last year, and I think great things are going to happen in the coming road here.
Yeah, how do you feel the team is at this point with not only that adjustment, but also just chemistry-wise, getting used to each other with so many new guys on and off the ice?
I think we're doing a pretty good job. Even last year, we had skates off campus, and guys really bonded. Then with a lot of new guys, we did a lot of team building at the beginning of the year with some camping trips and stuff like that. And I feel like now, kind of set aside that game, those 2 games against Cornell and Colgate, we started to kind of build something here, and we're just going to continue it with week by week here.
And then when you look at Northeastern this week, what kind of challenges do they present? What do you got?
They're a really skilled offensive team. Like, a lot of movement in the offensive zone, and we just got to be able to play good, strong man-on-man and close them off and not give them any time and space, because they're a team that thrives off a lot of plays and a lot of cross-ice plays, and we just got to kind of box out our guys and play fast and play hard on them and not give them any time and space.
Now, you're from Canada, right?
Yep.
So have you done Thanksgiving? Is that kind of a thing that you guys
They have their own Thanksgiving.
They have their own Thanksgiving?
It's already happened.
Oh, it already happened?
Yeah.
So is it different? Is it the same? Now I'm learning as well. What's the kind of Canadian Thanksgiving like?
It's basically kind of the same thing, but I feel like Americans here treat it a lot bigger than we do in Canada. It's kind of, us is in beginning of October, and I feel like for Americans here, Thanksgiving is a really big holiday. It's kind of the one holiday right before Christmas everyone can finally get together. But I've been to one American Thanksgiving when I played junior, which was really good, and I'm excited to see what we're going to do this year with RPI here tomorrow.
Yeah, what was that experience like the first time, and how much are you looking forward to spending it with your guys?
Yeah, it was a really good opportunity, and we can go back this year. Luckily, last year we went home for it, but I didn't really celebrate because I wasn't an American. But it's going to be really good this year, I think. And a lot of guys are looking forward to spending time close together because they can't go home. So I think it's going to be really good before a game as well, getting the team together and kind of do a little team building as well.
You get to just eat a lot of food. That's basically it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. Playing against my old teammates and classmates, so something I've never really done. So it should be interesting. But I'm just trying to treat it like any weekend, any game, just being ready, getting ready by practicing hard every day, and being ready for a tough weekend.
And when you look at this team right now, where would you assess where you guys are, especially from like a chemistry aspect, where you have so many new guys, whether it's the 2 new classes, a guy like yourself who's transferred into the program. Where would you kind of assess that is, and just on and off the ice?
Well, I think we're really starting to kind of build chemistry on the ice. As the season progresses, you kind of start to learn players' tendencies, especially your line mates, your D partners. So it's good to kind of keep building on that week by week and off the ice. I think we have a really close team. Everyone loves everyone, so I think we have a really good group, and I think we work well together. So I think we're just going to keep building from that.
Do you still feel like there's some level of adjusting, even this not far into a season? I mean, you're not even halfway, but you still think there's some level of adjusting with having so much time off going into the season, of maybe conditioning, skill-wise, just getting back into the speed of things? Has that still kind of been an adjustment for you guys?
I think the biggest adjustment is just playing each opponent. Teams play differently, so I think the biggest adjustment would just be kind of learning how to play against each different team. Their tendencies, learning how to play our systems to help break those down. So I think the biggest adjustment is just week by week, team by team.
Awesome. What it's a team well, what kind of, I don't know how many guys are the same, but what does Northeastern do well? What do you guys kind of have to be prepared for going into this game?
Well, they're a very skilled team, and we know that. They have a lot of skill up front, and they have very active D, so I think we just need to be ready for that, be ready because they're going to be making plays and trying to be creative in the offensive zone, so I think we're going to be prepared for that.
Now, we're also asking some Thanksgiving questions this week with the big day tomorrow, so this is the hard-hitting stuff. So what is your favorite side dish? If you had to pick one, take the turkey out of it, what's your favorite side?
I was actually asked this last week, and I'll stick to it. It's stuffing, hands down, and I'll argue anyone.
That's a good answer. And also, just what are you thankful for this time of year?
Well, first and foremost, I'm thankful for my family. Obviously, I wouldn't be here without them. and then just my teammates and being able to be with them every day and the coaching staff. It's an honor, and we're not able to go home for Christmas or for Thanksgiving to be with our families, but at least we get to be here with all the boys and celebrate together.